Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In a world where emotions can resemble turbulent waves, how do we anchor ourselves? Join us as we delve into 7 Stoic lessons that are keys to mastering your emotions and navigating life's storms with unwavering resolve. Before we begin, if you find value in our discussion, please like the video to help spread Stoic philosophy further. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so and activating the bell to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Lesson number 1. Understand what's in your control. Have you ever found yourself in the midst of a storm? Not one with rain and thunder, but life's metaphorical storms, unexpected events, disappointments, or sudden changes. The Stoic philosophers from ancient Greece and Rome teach a lesson that serves as an anchor in these tumultuous times: the dichotomy of control. Imagine you're planning an outdoor event, and despite all your preparations, it rains. While you can't control the weather, your reaction to it is entirely in your hands. You could despair and let frustration take over, or you could adapt, perhaps move the event indoors or appreciate the rain as a refreshing twist. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to become one of the most influential thinkers of his time, famously stated, "Some things are in our control and others not." It's a simple concept, yet within this simplicity lies profound wisdom that can transform our lives. Every day we encounter situations, some of which we can influence, like our daily routines, the books we read, or the company we keep. However, many elements are beyond our control: global events, the actions of others, the passage of time, and yes, the weather. Here's the interesting part. Stoics believed our well-being hinges not on external events, but on how we interpret and respond to them. It's not the events themselves, but our judgments about them that provoke our emotions. Recall a time when you faced a setback, such as not landing a desired job. At that moment, it might have felt disastrous. Yet in time, you might have seen it as a blessing in disguise that led you to a better opportunity or personal growth. So, how do we apply this lesson? Start by asking yourself, is this within my control? If yes, then take action. If no, see it as a chance to practice acceptance and adaptability. By truly understanding and embracing the dichotomy of control, we liberate ourselves from needless distress. We can sail through life with tranquility, knowing that while we cannot direct the wind, we can adjust our sails. In a world that often seems chaotic, the dichotomy of control offers a beacon of clarity, reminding us to channel our energy where it counts the most, and to find peace in accepting that some things are simply beyond our reach. Lesson number 2. Reflect before reacting. In today's digital age, where immediacy is often celebrated, the art of reflection might seem archaic. Yet this act of pausing and pondering before responding is our saving grace in a fast-paced world. Consider how often we're faced with decisions, both minor and significant, from selecting a meal at a restaurant to choosing a career path. The variety of choices is immense, yet the key isn't just in the magnitude of these decisions, it's in how we approach them. Imagine you're reading a message that irritates you, perhaps from a colleague criticizing your work or a friend making a thoughtless remark. The instinct might be to respond with defensiveness or anger. But what if, instead of succumbing to that emotional whirlpool, you took a moment to step back? This momentary detachment isn't about suppressing your feelings, but about allowing them room to be understood. This practice of reflection isn't passive, it's an active engagement with our thoughts and emotions. It involves asking probing questions. Why did this comment affect me so profoundly? What past experiences or underlying beliefs are shaping my current feelings? Is my immediate reaction rooted in the present, or is it carrying baggage from the past? Moreover, reflection before reaction fosters empathy. By giving ourselves time, we also grant ourselves the perspective needed to consider others' viewpoints. Perhaps that colleague had a bad day, or the friend didn't comprehend the impact of their words. Through reflection, we open doors to understanding, not just for ourselves, but also for those around us. In relationships, this practice can be foundational. Imagine how many misunderstandings could be prevented, how many bridges could be built rather than burned, if we reflected before reacting. These moments of reflection bring clarity, compassion, and connection. In professional settings, the ability to pause and ponder is invaluable. Leaders who reflect before deciding are often more respected and effective. They are viewed as thoughtful and wise, and their decisions, born from reflection, tend to endure. In a world that often feels like it's moving at breakneck speed, choosing to reflect is a quiet yet powerful act of rebellion. It's a declaration that we won't be swept away by the currents of immediacy. This commitment to our well-being and to the quality of our interactions underscores that to reflect before reacting is more than a mere practice. It's a philosophy, a way of life. It champions depth over breadth, understanding over impulsivity, and meaningful connections over fleeting interactions. It's a journey inward with profound outward implications, shaping not just our responses, but the very fabric of our lives. Lesson number 3. Practice dispassion. In a world that often feels like an emotional roller coaster, the concept of practicing dispassion might seem out of place. However, let's explore what it truly means and the transformative power it holds. Dispassion isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent to the world. Instead, it's about cultivating a balanced perspective, finding calm amidst the storm. Imagine being able to observe events, situations, and even your own emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Consider the last time you watched a gripping movie. There were moments of tension, excitement, and perhaps sadness. While you were absorbed in the story, part of you always knew it was just a movie. You didn't rush to help the hero or console the crying character. You observed, you felt, but you remained in your seat. This is the essence of practicing dispassion, being deeply engaged with life and its emotions, yet maintaining the awareness to stay seated in the theater of your mind, observing without getting lost in the drama. This approach is invaluable in our modern age of information overload. Every day we are bombarded with news updates and notifications. Reacting passionately to every piece of information would leave us perpetually exhausted. Dispassion offers a buffer, allowing us to engage with the world in a more sustainable, balanced manner. It also plays a crucial role in interpersonal relationships, where disagreements and heated conversations are inevitable. Practicing dispassion can be the difference between a productive discussion and a damaging argument. It helps us listen more effectively, respond rather than react, and navigate conflicts with understanding and grace. Cultivating dispassion begins with self-awareness, regularly checking in with ourselves, recognizing our emotional triggers, and understanding our patterns creates a space between stimulus and response. In that space lies the freedom to choose our reactions, to act with intention rather than impulse. While dispassion might sound like detachment from life's joys and pleasures, it actually enhances them. By not being overly attached to outcomes, we can fully immerse ourselves in the journey, savoring each moment without the constant fear of loss or change. Practicing dispassion is about finding equilibrium in an ever-changing world. It acts as a compass pointing to inner peace, guiding us through life's varied terrains with grace, By embracing this practice, we not only enrich our own lives, but also bring a sense of calm and clarity to those around us. Lesson number 4. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Life is full of moments that test our patience, resilience, and perspective, from minor annoyances like spilled coffee to more significant challenges like disagreements with loved ones. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to become consumed by the immediacy of our emotions. A missed deadline, a critical comment, or a forgotten anniversary can feel catastrophic. However, one powerful question can shift our perspective and restore clarity. Will this matter in 5 years? This simple yet profound inquiry acts as a mental time machine, transporting us to the future and allowing us to view the present from a distance. Suddenly, that heated argument or missed opportunity appears in a different light. Most concerns that consume us today will fade into mere footnotes in the grand narrative of our lives. Reflect on the worries you had 5 years ago. How many still matter today? How many have been eclipsed by new experiences, learnings, and memories? This realization is both humbling and liberating. Using this question as a regular touchstone helps us prioritize our concerns and distinguish between fleeting setbacks and issues with long-term consequences. For example, while a bad day at work may feel overwhelming now, in the context of a decades-long career, it's just one day. This perspective also fosters resilience. Reminding ourselves of the bigger picture can alleviate anxiety and promote problem-solving. Rather than getting mired in immediate troubles, we can strategize, adapt, and move forward, knowing that time often brings clarity and solutions. This approach isn't about minimizing our problems, it's about focusing on what truly matters. If we want our actions and decisions to have lasting significance, we need to invest in relationships, personal growth, and experiences that endure. In a world that often emphasizes the immediate, asking, "Will this matter in 5 years?" guides us towards a life of purpose, perspective, and peace. By regularly revisiting this question, we navigate life's ups and downs with grace, ensuring our energy and attention are directed towards what truly counts. Lesson number 5. Keep a Stoic journal. The act of journaling is celebrated across cultures and eras, not just as a record of events, but as a tool for introspection, growth, and clarity. The Stoics, with their focus on self-awareness and personal improvement, embraced this practice deeply. A Stoic journal is more than a diary of daily happenings. It's a space for reflection, for dialogue with oneself, for dissecting emotions, decisions, and reactions. It's where the external world meets the internal, where events are weighed against personal values and beliefs. Imagine ending your day by recounting not just what happened, but how you responded. Why did a particular comment upset you? What triggered joy during a mundane task? By analyzing our daily experiences, we begin to understand the patterns of our psyche. We identify the triggers that affect our mood, the values that guide our decisions, and the habits that shape our days. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, maintained a journal, now known as Meditations. It was a personal dialogue, a space for him to guide himself, remind himself of Stoic principles, and navigate life's challenges with wisdom. Through his writings, we see a man grappling with his responsibilities, emotions, and his place in the universe. You don't need to be an emperor to benefit from a Stoic journal. In our modern lives, filled with distractions and constant information, setting aside time for introspection is crucial. This daily check-in becomes a grounding ritual that brings clarity amid chaos. Over time, this practice can lead to profound insights. You might notice patterns that consistently cause stress, prompting changes in your response or perspective. You may discover practices like gratitude or mindfulness that enhance your mood and outlook. Beyond insights, a Stoic journal fosters accountability. By committing to daily reflection, we hold ourselves responsible for our reactions and decisions. It becomes more challenging to overlook repeated mistakes or dismiss lapses in judgment. Instead, we are compelled to learn, adapt, and grow. In essence, keeping a Stoic journal is like having a wise, non-judgmental friend by your side, always ready to listen, reflect, and guide. It's a commitment to personal growth, to better understanding oneself, and to living a life aligned with one's values and principles. The world is rife with challenges, from personal setbacks to global upheavals. Obstacles are an inherent part of the human experience. But what if we viewed these challenges not as burdens, but as opportunities in disguise? Stoics embraced a powerful perspective on adversity. While we may not control the events that happen to us, we can control our interpretations and responses. This shift in perspective transforms challenges from mere setbacks into valuable lessons. A quote by the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius encapsulates this idea beautifully. "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This suggests that every obstacle, every challenge can propel us forward if we view it as an opportunity for growth. Consider a river encountering a boulder in its path. Rather than halting, the river finds a way around it, either by eroding the boulder over time or by carving a new path. The boulder, an apparent obstacle, becomes an agent of change, reshaping the river's course. Similarly, in our lives, challenges can redirect our paths, often leading to outcomes we hadn't imagined. For instance, a job loss, while initially devastating, might lead to a new career path, a chance to upskill, or even the opportunity to start a venture of one's own. A failed relationship might pave the way for personal growth, self-discovery, and deeper, more meaningful connections in the future. This Stoic perspective also fosters resilience. When we start viewing challenges as opportunities, we become more adaptable, more willing to face adversity head-on. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we begin to ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this experience shape me for the better?" Of course, this doesn't mean we should seek out challenges or dismiss genuine hardships. It's about recognizing that within every challenge lies potential, a seed of opportunity. By nurturing this seed with a positive perspective, patience and perseverance, we can transform obstacles into stepping stones that lead us towards growth, wisdom, and fulfillment. Lesson number 7. Practice gratitude. In the vast tapestry of human emotions, gratitude stands out as a golden thread, weaving moments of joy, contentment, and perspective into our lives. While it's an emotion that can arise spontaneously, the Stoics believed in the deliberate practice of gratitude, making it a daily ritual to anchor oneself in the present and appreciate life's blessings. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's a deep acknowledgement of the myriad forces, moments, and individuals that enrich our lives. It's about recognizing the beauty in the mundane, the lessons in challenges, and the fleeting nature of every experience, making it all the more precious. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This encapsulates the essence of gratitude, being deeply rooted in the present, cherishing every moment, every experience, and every interaction. Consider the simple pleasures we often take for granted: the warmth of the sun on a cold day, the sound of laughter, a meal shared with loved ones, or the very breath that sustains us. By pausing to acknowledge and appreciate these moments, we magnify their beauty and significance in our lives. Practicing gratitude also offers a counterbalance to the human tendency to focus on what's lacking, on unmet desires or uncertainties about the future. By shifting our focus to what we have rather than what we lack, we cultivate contentment, reduce feelings of envy or resentment, and enhance our overall well-being. How does one cultivate this practice? It can be as simple as starting or ending the day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, this practice can transform your outlook, making you more receptive to life's blessings and more resilient in the face of challenges. Furthermore, gratitude strengthens relationships. By expressing appreciation for the acts of kindness, support, or love we receive from others, we nurture bonds, foster mutual respect, and create a positive feedback loop of goodwill and affection. In a world that often emphasizes more possessions, more achievements, more desires, gratitude is a gentle reminder of the abundance that already exists in our lives. It's a call to celebrate the present, to embrace life with open arms, and to tread the path of existence with a heart full of thanks.